Welcome back to another jump rope workout together. We're gonna focus on backwards and forwards this time. So if you were here last week or the week before that, we're going through a bunch of beginner workouts, and today we're gonna do the same workout we did the very first week. The first time we go through, we're gonna do it regular forward. That's gonna be our nice warm up, and then we're gonna do the whole thing going backwards. So go ahead and get your rope ready. Let's head over to the gym and let's get things started. So today I am using a core rope with the 6mm. Normally I would use closer to a 4mm just because it's a little faster, a little lighter, but the 6mm shows up really good on video, so that's what I'm using today. And also 6mm is great for brand new beginners. A lot of people say it's a really familiar feeling, especially if they're starting jump rope. Maybe they've tried it years ago but want to get back into it. The 6mm has a lot of feedback. It's a great beginner rope. You can also see about how long mine is. Since we're doing some backward skills today, I'm leaving a little more room for error, so it's a little longer than I would usually use, but this is pretty typical for a beginner. A great spot, I would recommend you step on it with one foot, pull it up right about here. That's a good size for you. So if your rope is sized differently, you want a different rope, any of that, go ahead, pause right now, go grab a different rope, resize your rope, whatever makes you feel comfortable, and then let's get this thing started. So before we even get into our workout today, let's review some backwards jump tips and tricks. So backwards jump, of course, we're starting with the rope in front of us just like this. You bring it up over your head and jump over it one time backward like that. Now, when we go this way, these are the common errors that I will see. Number one is people bring their hands up too high, especially because the rope is coming up towards our head this time, right? A lot of people will bring their hands up extra high because they don't want to get hit as the rope is coming up. But don't worry, if it's making it over your head this way, it will also make it over your head this way. The other problem that I see a lot when people are jumping backwards is their hands come forwards a lot, right? So normally, my hands are right here. You want your hands to be in line with the lowest point of your rope, right? Well, the hands will always be in line with the lowest point of your rope. So if you bring it forward like this, the lowest point is now in front of you. So the rope is just going to be higher and higher and higher where your feet are. You don't want that at all. You want the rope to be as low as possible right where your feet are, right? So we got the rope not here, but right here. Directly in line with our feet so that the lowest point is in line with the body. Okay, so once again, having the rope in front, backward jump looks just like this. And then chaining it together, of course, we still have small circles with the wrist. We're still not jumping very high. We only need to jump the height of the rope. We're keeping our shoulders relaxed, right? We're not tensing up the shoulders because that brings the rope up, keeping them nice and low. So once you got a couple practice jumps going backwards, I think it's about time to actually begin the workout. And here we go. So the first one, we're going forwards for all of this. Reminder, 2-foot jumps, feet together, jump up and down. Just regular, yeah. Nothing else to say about that. Here we go. We're jumping 2-foot jumps just like this. Feet together, our hands are low, they're close, our shoulders are relaxed. Now we're going to try to do this for 30 seconds, so about halfway done at this point. Alright, don't jump too high. This is a nice little warm-up for us. Remember, you can go as fast as you want, as slow as you want, and if you make a mistake, that is totally okay. We're just trying to make it to the end. If you make a mistake, just get back into it like that. And whew, we're resting. That was a good 2-foot jump. Nice little warm-up, getting us where we need to be for our next skill, which is side to side. Exactly what it sounds like. It's similar pacing to 2-foot jumps, but you jump to one side, then jump to the other side. Just like this. So just get ready. It'll give us a countdown. We're all going to go together. 7 seconds, and then let's do this. All right, here we go. Jumping side to side, one way and the other. You don't need to jump super far, and you'll still kind of feel the weight shifting on that outside foot each time. Oh, I made a mistake, but right back into it. Here we go. Jumping side to side, about halfway done. Keep it up. A lot of times if I'm practicing in a gym or something, I like to pick a line on the ground to make sure I'm clearing it every time with every jump. And that's time. Nice work. Okay. Next up, after side to side, we're going to do another move, jumping on one leg. Once again, exactly what it sounds like. There's not really a special name for it. We're just gonna jump on one leg, whatever leg you choose. And remember, later we're gonna be doing all these skills backwards, or at least that is the goal today. Okay, so let's get ready. Catch up on your breath there. And here we go. Jumping on one leg. All right. Chose my right leg first. Whew. About halfway there. This one's only 15 seconds. Half the legs, half the time. Nice. Same thing with one leg, right? You can have, your jumps only need to be the height of the rope. So you can have your other leg knee up, leg back. All of those are up to you. I think having the knee up does make tricks a little harder. I'm gonna try that this round. Remember, you can make them harder or easier. Whatever suits you best. Whatever's at your skill level. If you can't even make it through the 15 seconds on one leg, no worries. That is a totally fine starting point. Go ahead and take your time. You can even switch from one leg to the other. Nice work. We made it through our one leg on one side now. We've made it to my favorite, the 1 minute jump. Whatever tricks you want, we're just trying to make it all the way through a minute. Once again, it's not about the tricks. It's not about how fast you're going. It's not about how many mistakes you make. It's about going all the way to the end of 1 minute. Here we go. The biggest feedback I've got so far on these online classes and these workouts we're doing together is that the 1 minute jump is always more tiring than they expect. You can mix it up too. Try some of that side to side we did earlier. You can even try to mix up some of the tricks that we already did with each other, like jumping on one leg, side to side. Try that on the other leg. And 2-foot jumps. We're about halfway down with our minute. Let's keep it going. Go a little faster. Go a little slower. Check your shoulders. Make sure you're still breathing. Make sure you're only turning with your wrists. As people get tired, they will often bring their hands up a little higher. Keep them close. Just 5 more seconds. 2, 1. Woo! We did it. That was the whole minute. So we're going to do all of that again in just a moment. But remember, this time we are going backwards. So I'll give everybody a second to get some water, get the rope ready. Remember, Mother's Day is coming up. Seems unrelated, but Elite Jumps has got a Mother's Day collection. So if you need a last minute gift, if you want to get your mom a jump rope and bring her to class next week, it's a great plan. So we're going backwards, ropes in front just like this. Bring it up over the head this way, and keep your hands close and try to keep them in the same spot they are while you're jumping forwards. It's going to feel different, it's going to feel more tiring, it's different muscles. Alright, let's give it a go. Kicking it off with 2-foot jumps, rope in the front. If you need some more time to rest, feel free to pause the video. If not, we're rocking it in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Jumping backwards. Now, any jump rope trick that you can do forwards, you can do backwards. Right? So right now, they seem like they make a lot of sense, right? Because you're just doing the same footwork skills. But even as you advance with the double unders, with the crosses and the side swings, all of those can be done backwards too. I think that's what we're going to do at the end of our workout today, is the backward cross will be the new skill that each of us are going to try and pick up. Okay. Whew. Made it through our 30 seconds of backward 2-foot jumps. Up next, we got the backwards turning side to side. So jumping, bottom half, the same thing. Side to side to side, top half, you're just turning the rope backwards. Checking our shoulders, make sure they're low, hands are low, and if you make a mistake, get right back into it. Alright, let's get ready to rock and roll. We got 8 more seconds. Make sure you're still breathing. Okay, here we go. Jump side to side. Another thing to look at, and this one might be hard to do in the moment, is making sure your hands are turning the same amount. I always say that filming yourself and watching it back is a great way to master your form. And that's a really common mistake I even see a lot of experts still make. It's just having one hand turn a lot more than the other. Causes some inefficiencies, some different shapes in the rope. If one hand is turning more than the other, the part of the rope that's lowest tends to shift over a little bit, increases the likelihood of a miss too. All right, we made all the way to jumping on one leg. I'm gonna start the right leg again, jumping backwards this time. Woo, I'm feeling it today. The jump rope backward is what takes it out of me. Okay, 2 more seconds, here we go. Jumping on one leg. And we don't have to do this one for 15 seconds. All right, 5 more, here we go. Nice. All right, now the other leg. After that, all we have is the 1-minute jump. We're getting close to the end, people. Let's do this. Get my other leg, start with the rope in front of you. Here we go. Jumping backwards, one leg. I'm gonna do the knee up again. Try that one. Like I said before, you can try jumping side to side on that one leg if you're looking for an added challenge, but I think backwards is enough of an added challenge. I don't know about you. Whew. Yeah, that one leg, that is tough. All right, quick rest, and then we're getting into our 1-minute jump. Turn the rope backwards. Everyone have your rope in the front. Let's do this thing. And remember, as we're going, I want you to check for these things. Number 1, the shoulders. Are they relaxed? Are they low? 2, the hands. Not only are they low, but are they in line with your body? They're not in front of your body. They're not behind you. They're right in line with where your feet make contact with the ground. Next, make sure you're not jumping too high. Make sure you're not kicking your feet out to the front or to the back. And everything's staying in one line. Looks like we're about halfway done. Keep it up. You're looking for another skill to try here. Just like we did in our first lead, we can try cross step here again, where you jump and cross one leg in the front, one leg in the back. Even while the rope's going backwards, this one still works. Whew. All right, 10 more seconds. We go a little faster to the end here with the jog step. And we did it. That's time. Nice work, everybody. Wow, that backward is way more tiring, I think, than the forwards. Really, I think whatever you practice the most is going to feel the easiest. So, take a minute, get some water, pause the video if you'd like, because up next we're going to learn a backwards cross. We're going to learn the backward cross. Last week we did a lot focusing on the forwards cross. If you still need to practice that, go check out last week's live stream. But for backwards cross, we're going to start with the rope in front. We're going to start with the backwards jump right before it, right? So we're landing, and as soon as our feet are landing, we're crossing our arms. Your hands cross in the same spot they would for the forwards cross, but the number 1 mistake I see with the backwards cross is people will lift their hands up with the rope as it's coming up, right? Because you can see the rope going towards your face, and that is definitely scary as we're learning it, right? We'll lift our hands up like that. Trust the rope is going to go over your head. You got it. Just make sure you're crossing enough, right? Because if you cross too little, you're not going to really fit through. And if you cross too big, then your feet aren't going to make it through at the end. So we're crossing down, keeping our hands diagonal, just like this, and letting the rope go all the way over our head and jumping through the other side. So jumping backward, we're crossing while we land, right? So our feet are landing and we cross, so it goes over. To uncross, as soon as you jump over it, right, as you land, you open it back up. All the crossing and uncrossing happens while the rope is in front of you, around this plane here, right? You can see as I jump backward, I land and cross, land and uncross, land and cross, land and uncross. If you got it really easy on one side, I encourage you to try it with the other hand on top. I've been doing it with the right on top. So here is jump, land, and putting the left on top. I'm keeping my hands as low as I can. If you find that you like practicing all these crossing skills, the short handles are actually not the best for practicing crossing skills. They're an awesome tool for working out. They're great, they're economic, and they're unbreakable. Actually, really the longer handles are pretty unbreakable too, but they have a little bit more reach for crosses. So if you're really into crosses, I definitely encourage using a rope with longer handles than this. But really, you can do any jump rope trick with any rope with enough practice. So that was the backwards cross. Great job today. We did forward, we did backward, we learned backward cross. I will see you next week for another jump rope workout. All right, see you later.